Welcome to Bennett's Bike Social. We are in Barcelona, and this time we are with BMW for their exclusive launch of the BMW CE04, their electric propelled scooter. Now it's called the CE04 because it's comparable to a 400 or a 350 petrol driven scooter. Fully electric, using technology gained from their four-wheel division, so it's proven battery technology, hugely distinctive styling, a really interesting bike. And we've got a day in Barcelona, going up into the mountains. We're going to do some commuting, we're going to see what the storage is like, and we're going to try the multiple modes, and we'll give you a verdict later. We've done what, 58% of battery left, or 62 kilometers, and we've done 45.7 kilometers. So that's it, we're on and ready to go. So the little display that you got in front, so you can see like you got the power going, that's like how much throttle I'm using on the right here, and then when I shut off you get the regen or the recharge. Call it what you want. And I'm in road mode now, so I've got kind of like reasonably soft throttle and soft regen. And if I change the modes, that changes the amount of regen and the throttle delivery. But simple, right brake, left brake, twist the throttle, go forward. Could be simpler really. The switchgear is familiar BMW switchgear. So you've got the navigation wheel, heated grips, lights, indicators, you've got the modes here, the heated grips here, and this is reverse. If I just press that, keep my thumb on it, go backwards, reverse. That easy. The levers are not adjustable, which I thought they would be, and this is aimed at 350, 400cc conventional petrol scooters, but it can be restricted for 125 license holders, which is basically take it to your BMW dealership and they reprogram it, and you've got reduced power, reduced torque. On the rider modes, the dynamic, that is an optional extra. The fast charge, that's an optional extra as well. Get out of dynamic a second. Go for road. We're going this way. Now all the cells and the battery are all kept underneath the bike. That keeps the weight really low. So it's got a nice little balance to it when you come to a stop. Wheelbase is quite long, but you don't really notice it. It's a scooter. We're not going for lap times. The seat is kind of like this skateboard kind of. It's not too bad. The comfort isn't too bad, but the seat is low. So I'm like 5'7" and I'm flat-footed, dead easy. And because the seat is low and it's narrow, we don't have what I would call a step through. So normally on a petrol scooter or a conventional scooter, the kind of bit between your legs is like the way you would step through, like this bit down there. But you don't need that because the seat's so low. The storage, which I'll show you later on, is kind of like a big pannier because you get to it from the side rather than lifting up the seat. The seat is fixed. What's also I find interesting and not immediately obvious is the narrowness of the bike. So on a petrol scooter, you've got the exhaust, you've got the engine, the clutch, everything kind of thrown up the back of the bike. And when you put everything at the back of the bike, it makes the back of the bike wide. So if you look at like a T-Max or anything like that, it's got like a wide rear end, which is great for pillion kind of comfort and a bit of storage, but not so great when you're filtering through town. So this CE04 is really narrow at the rear. If you look at the widest point of the bike, is actually like the handlebars, and that just makes it much more accessible when you're darting through traffic than a conventional kind of maxi scooter. The noise thing, I'm still getting kind of used to it. It's strange because there is no noise. You've got a bit of a whine, and that's it. It feels like I need some music playing or something, but I like the fact there's no noise, because when you're riding with other scooters and other electric scooters, you can have a chat. If you've got a pillion, you can have a chat, and you feel kind of more involved with what's happening around you as well. But it does make kind of gives you a sixth sense, because you can hear like petrol cars, and you can hear things happening around you. When you're on a petrol bike, you've only got your earplugs in and you can't hear anything apart from the bike. But now you've got this kind of yeah, you can hear everything happening around you. The price in the UK is 11.5 grand, but for that you don't get the extra dynamic, you don't get the fast charger. So that's all optional extras in usual BMW style. So this is not a cheap bike. But then you counteract that by the fact that you don't have to pay fuel again, insurance will be cheap, tax will be cheap, running costs should be fairly cheap. But the weird thing is, well, it's not weird. I think tyres. I think it'll use tyres. Because there's quite a lot of weight, and it doesn't have to deliver some torque. Like if I go into, we'll go dynamic, we'll go for a quick get off these next lights. It's got traction control and it's got ABS, and it needs it. Because this is not a slow bike. Nope. Calm yourself. You know what we're done? 48k, 67k to go, 57% on the battery left. This is your battery display down here. I do like the reverse. Right, let's go. That's quick. There's even a bit of wheel spin there, I think. Traction's kicking. Good burning. Yeah, that's definitely. So when you hit the little white lights, the traction kicks in. It just cuts the power a bit. Or torque, or whatever you want to call it. It's really strange, because obviously on a petrol bike it works completely different, because it's having to cut the ignition time in. But obviously this doesn't have that. So it's good. Electric scooters just make so much sense. Barcelona, palm trees, bit of sunshine. It looks a lot warmer than it is. It's only 12 degrees to be fair, but we're riding bikes around Barcelona, so it's not all bad. And I am thoroughly enjoying riding the new CE 04, and it feels weird because we've been riding together for a while. And then when you see other scooters, you're like, wow, they're noisy. Because you kind of forget, because we've been riding on our own, we're all on the same bike. It's like everything else seems really noisy. Bloody hell. Especially bikes with like race exhaust. See what I mean? That's a great scooter. I know that scooter. It's got aquaporin pipe on it, nice BMW scooter. But don't have. Look how wide it is and how noisy it is. I don't know, I might change it. I grew up riding two-strokes. I raced BSAs and Manx Nortons. I mean, you couldn't get anything more conventional. Electric scooter, massive tractor with his vibrating engine and his pollutants. It is a tractor. Right, we're stuck behind this noisy Harley again. Actually, it's not that noisy. It's got standard pipes, so it's not too bad. Right, stop talking. Let's go find some lunch. So a quick look at the CE 04 from BMW. Using technology from their four-wheel division, so the batteries are proven and safe. The cells are actually stored underneath the bike to keep the weight low. The motor is here above the rear pillion peg. The seat is fixed, so normally you would have storage and you'd lift up the seat and have your storage, but here it's slightly different. So that's big enough for a full face crash helmet. Dash wise, it's pretty similar to other BMWs with the navigation wheel. We've got 3 rider modes as standard and then an optional dynamic. Up front we've got more storage. That's for your phone, and it's actually got some cooling in there to keep your phone cool so it doesn't overheat. And then on this side you've got your charger in here. So we're just coming down off the hills. That's Barcelona. You can see the cathedral, the crane sticking out the top. I've been coming to Barcelona for about 20 years and there's always a crane sticking out the top of it. You get the idea that it doesn't actually stand up by itself. As you can see, back to the CEO4, when you're going downhill, it's charging back up because of the regen. And I can change that regen by changing the mode. Recharging ourselves and giving us a bit more longevity. The more I ride it, the more I'm enjoying the silence. And the simplicity. I like the dash. I think the dash is clear. I've got good nav. I mean, this technology, it's going to happen. BMW already said that their urban kind of mobility, or the way they word it, their scooters will all be electric now. 2025, BMW will be introducing for electric bigger bikes. And in scooters, it makes sense. So I'm just going to give you a few things that I don't like about this scooter. Levers, non-adjustable. You can fit 1 full face crash helmet underneath the seat or in the side kind of pocket like a pannier, but you can't fit 2. Some scooters you can. The fast charge is an optional extra. That could do it to be standard. And the price. It is expensive. But the positives far outweigh the negatives. This is a phenomenal commute bike. Money no object. This is the one I would have. So that's kind of it. We're on our way back to the hotel. Road test done. We've done what, 60 kilometres. We've still got 50% charge left. So that's 60. So looking at 120 kilometre range. So it's completely dead, or 100 kilometres before you need to start thinking about recharging. 60 miles. How far are you going to go on your scooter? I think that's pretty reasonable. So how do I conclude? How do I sum up? I've always been impressed by electric vehicles. I think that electric scooters are definitely the way forward. We're not there with electric sports bikes yet, we're not there with electric tourers, but in terms of scooters, definitely. If I had the choice between a petrol scooter and an electric scooter, I would choose the electric option every time. This is a brilliant example of what we can expect in the future. Simple, easy to ride, effortless, and obviously non-pollutant and cost-effective. The drawback, the reason why I wouldn't, is cost. So we're looking at 11,700 for this model, plus the optional extras like the dynamic riding mode, the fast charger, the colour option. Once you start ticking some boxes, you're quickly over 12,000, approaching 13,000 pounds, which is a lot of money. But to some people it won't be. I mean, look at these yachts over here. I mean, the 13,000 pound electric scooter to that guy is more than what I own. When the price comes down, or when price is equal to the petrol equivalent, then I would take electric every time. And if you've got the money, then go electric. It's that easy, it is that simple. It's proven technology and safety, because BMW have taken the battery technology from their four-wheeled world. It's simple and easy to ride. They've drastically reduced the weight from the previous model. It does everything you want from a scooter, arguably more, because it's way more stylish than any scooter out there. It's nimble, it's thin, it's narrow, it's informative, it's got Bluetooth connectivity, the storage is good. If I was going to be really niggly, you can't get 2 helmets in the storage, which you can on some scooters. The levers are not adjustable, which they are on some scooters. But aside from that, and the price as pre-mentioned. This is a phenomenal bike. I can see in a few years' time these popping up everywhere. I love it. I absolutely love it. And I definitely think electric scooters are the way forward. Look at that strange man. Nothing.
Talking about me.
Yeah, just talking about you.
Not food.
I love Yamahas, they're great. That is a nice boat. I need a boat in my life. I don't have a boat, I need one.